See, writing the electronic configuration, magnetic moment, that is magnetic moment calculation, and the crystal field stabilization energy calculation. How will do? See, for octahedral complexes, right, you know that already we discussed, that is the CFSE, the energy gap of that 5 d orbitals, they split up into two way, that is two set. One is T2g orbitals, another one is EG orbitals. For octahedral complex, this is for the writing the electronic configuration for octahedral complexes. Now, this is for strong field ligand, and this is for weak field ligand. So, here also I am writing the energy, that is a set of orbital, two set of d orbitals. Look at here, see, this is T2g orbitals and this is the EG orbitals, and here also this is the T2g orbitals and this is the EG orbitals. Look at here, this is for strong field and this is for weak field. So, weak field ligand, strong field ligand. Now, the electrons, here the N indicates number of the unpaired electrons. I will tell you. See, the D1, the up to the electronic configuration D1 to D10 for both cases, strong field and the weak field. Here, look at the energy gap in the strong field. The energy gap of this strong field is high compared to the weak field. The energy gap is very less. So, that is delta, not CFSE. See, when the energy gap is less means electrons can easily enter to the next level, that is the EG orbital. The energy gap is high means, that is the electrons cannot enter first. So, first pad this orbital, then only move to the higher energy orbitals. So, first we will see the D1 electronic configuration for a D1 system, writing the electronic configuration of D1 ion, that's which means only one electrons are present here. For first writing the T2g, write it here, the T2g and EG. How many electrons? D1. So, write one electron present here. So, T2g 1 and EG do not have electron. So, presence of unpaired electron is what? 1. Here 1 unpaired electrons are present. I can write here unpaired electron, this is unpaired electron. Then next is D2 electronic configuration. For D2 as 2 electrons are present. So, that next electrons enter into the next subcell. So, it will become T2g 2 EG 0. So, here number of unpaired electrons is 2. So, write 2 numbers of unpaired electron. Then write D3 system. So, D3 means the third electrons enter into the next subcell. So, here the T2g 3 EG 0. So, here also the number of unpaired electrons, how many unpaired electrons? 3. Look at this, up to this case D1, D2, D3, it's never changed the electronic configuration. Here also the same way for weak field T2g, D1 is what? 1 electrons enter here. So, that means T2g 1 EG 0. So, number of unpaired electron here also 1. Then second is D2 system. So, second electron enter into the next subcell. So, here also T2g 2 EG 0. Number of unpaired electron is what? 2. Then D3, D3 means T2G is 3 because third electrons enter here, then Eg is 0, number of unpaired electron is 3. Look at here D1, D2, D3 in this strong field and the weak field, no changes. You can write both strong field and weak field, the electronic configuration will be same. Now look at the fourth electrons in D4 system. They have 4 electrons. Here the energy gap is high. So pairing of electron is first started in the T2G level. So T2G level means the fourth electrons enter into this, that means pairing is started. So fourth electrons is enter into the T2G orbital. So writing of the electronic configuration is T2G 4 because of 4 electrons, then Eg having no electron, so Eg 0. Here the number of unpaired electrons, how many here? 2, right? 2. Then fifth one, that is D5 configuration. Then fifth electrons enter into the next subcell. So the electronic configuration will be T2G5 and Eg 0. So how many unpaired electrons are present? 1 unpaired electron present here. Then the D6 system, the D6 is have 60 electrons enter in this orbital. So T2G is 6 and Eg is 0. No unpaired electron is present here. So 0. Then D7, the D7 electronic configuration, right? So all the electrons are paired here. So electrons can enter to the higher energy. So, so it goes to the higher energy, that is the Eg level. So 6 electrons are already here. The 7th electrons move to the Eg orbitals. Now write it T2G 6, then Eg having 1. So T2G 6, Eg 1. Here the number of unpaired electron is 1. Then D8, the D8 is next electron enter into the next subcell, that is T2G 6, Eg 2. Here the 2 unpaired electrons are present. Okay. Then D9 configuration, that is the next electron pairing is started. So 9th electron is entered in the Eg first subcell, its pairing is started. So the T2G 6, Eg 3. So now count the unpaired electron is 1, so put 1. Then last one D10, T2G is 6 and Eg is 4th electron also entered. It means Eg is 4. Number of unpaired electron is 0. Now come to the weak field. So the weak field having, now the energy gap is very less. So electrons can jump into the Eg level orbital. Then after filling the Eg orbital, then only the pairing is started. So D4, the 4th electrons will enter into the Eg orbital. So here the electronic configuration will be T2G3, Eg 1. Here the number of unpaired electron is what? 4. Number of unpaired electron is 4. Then 5. The 5th electrons enter into the next subcell in Eg orbital. So that T2G 3, Eg 2. Then the number of unpaired electron is 5. Then D6, electronic configuration for the D6 element weak field is here. Already all the subcells are filled. Again the pairing is started from the T2G orbitals because this having the energy. So that first T2G orbitals pairing is started. So 6th electron enter into the T2G orbital. So that T2G having 4 electrons, then Eg having 2 electrons, then number of unpaired electron is 4. Then Next is 7. The 7th electrons enter into the next subcell. So, T2G5 and the Eg is 2. Here the number of unpaired electrons is 1, 2, 3. 3 unpaired electrons are present. Then the D8 system, look at this. This T2G orbitals having entered to the next electron, that is next subcell. So, T2G is 6, Eg is 2. Now, presence of unpaired electron is how many? 2. So, writing 2 unpaired electron here. Then T2G6, here the next pairing is started from the Eg orbital. So, the 9th electrons enter into the Eg orbital, so that Eg will be 3. So, unpaired electron is what? 1. Then D10. D10 is T2G is 6, the only one electron is here remaining, just filled paired in Eg orbitals. Now, Eg is 4. There is no unpaired electron, so 0. So, this is the way writing the electronic configuration. This is a simple method. So, up to D3 configuration of both strong field and the weak field, there is no change in the electronic configuration. In the case of D8, D9, D10 also, no change in the electronic configuration of both cases, that is strong field and the weak field. So, look at here. Here also T2G6 Eg2, T2G6 Eg2, T2G6 Eg3, T2G6 E3, then T2G6 Eg4, T2G6 Eg4. So, number of unpaired electrons also same, here also number of unpaired electrons are same, only changes here from D4 to D7. The number of unpaired maximum possibility is only up to 5. Up to 5, that is the maximum possibility of the unpaired electron, because we having 5d orbitals only. That is why they have 5 unpaired electrons are possible. So, only changes is for D4, D5, D6, D7. So, this only changes for strong field and the weak field. Now, we will see the magnetic moment calculation. Before that, just copy it down this electronic configuration, then note down the number of unpaired electron. We will see the magnetic moment calculation and the CFSE calculation. The calculation of the magnetic moment, already we know that the formula we studied in D block element. So, mu is equal to root of n into n plus 2. Here the number of electrons, the maximum possibility is what? N1 to N5, N1, N2, N3, N4 and N is equal to 5. That is the maximum possibility. So, this is the formula, mu is equal to n into n plus 2 Bohr magneton, the unit is Bohr magneton. Now, when the one unpaired electron, here n value is 1 means what happens? So, mu is equal to, apply the formula in this value, that is the values are applied in this formula, 1 into 1 plus 2. So, what happens? 3. So, root 3 Bohr magneton. Then next, when n is equal to 2 means what happens? Root, that is 2 into 2 plus 2. Here 8 Bohr magneton, root 8 Bohr magneton. Then n is equal to 3, the possibility is 3 into 3 plus 2. So, root 15 Bohr magneton for the n3. Then n is equal to 4. So, 4 into 4 plus 2. So, 24 root 24 Bohr magneton. Then n is equal to 5 means, that is 5 into 5 plus 2, 7 5s are 35. So, root 35 Bohr magneton. Here the values you can write it, suppose n is root 3 is what? 1.78 Bohr magneton. Then the root n is equal to 2, the root 8 value is 2.82 Bohr magneton. Then the n is equal to 3, that is 3.87 Bohr magneton. N when n is equal to 4, that is root 24, the root 24 value is 4.89 Bohr magneton. Then 5, n is equal to 5, the number of unpaired electrons 5 means the root 35, the root 35 value is 5.91 Bohr magneton. So, when one unpaired electron, that is 1 means, so 1 point values, 2 means 2 point values, 3 means 3.45 like this. So, this is the calculation of the magnetic moment, okay, up to n is equal to 5. Then next we will see the crystal field stabilization energy calculation. See, I will draw one compound, for example, T4 for electronic configuration as T2G4EG0. This is for D4 system. So, calculation. Now, you know that here the T2G value. So, T2G value of the octahedral complexes is minus 0.4 del naught, that is the del naught value, and the EG value is plus 0.6 del naught. Okay. Now, here T2G value is what? Minus 0.4. Here 0.4 means how many electrons are here? 4. So, 4 into minus 0.4 plus how many electrons in EG orbital? 0. So, it will become, that is 1.6, that is minus 1.6 del naught, that is delta naught for octahedral crystal field. Similarly, you can write it for D5, practice it, D6, D7. So, D8, D9, D10 is also same. So, just calculate for D5, D6 and D7. So, writing the electron, then values are here, just apply it. Okay, student. So, now the limitation of crystal field theory. Already we seen that limitations of valence bond theory. Here the limitations of crystal field theory. Here the number of assumptions, that is ligands or point charges, is not practically true, because anionic ligands should have strong field, but actually many of them are not. Then it does not take into account the covalent character of bonding between the ligand and the central atom. Okay.